Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats, zebras, gypsies, and the she. You want to see how beautiful it is up here? Look at that. I found these today. I'm going, oh, actually, sorry, that's West Virginia. Sorry, that's West Virginia, that's not New Hampshire. Oh my gosh. Geez. Can't believe I did that. I should have looked before. We were driving back from Texas. I think that's when we did it. Somehow, neither one of us ever figured it out, but somehow me and Carolyn wound up going through West Virginia. And just as we crossed the bridge, we heard them banjos playing. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. I guess West Virginia is a pretty place, eh? This video is about, I don't know why I've been morbid lately, but I have been. I hope I still have a very long life ahead of me, so, if my family sees this, do you know who did this? It used to be in a frame. I'm going to figure out a way to frame it again. Anyway, so this is about my funeral. First of all, I want my funeral to actually be happy, not sad. If you want to be sad, you could do it somewhere else. Well, hon. What? Well, that's true. But this is what's going to happen. If a bunch of people go to my graveside and start crying and bawling and whatnot, I'm going to make sure a storm comes like you've never had before. So, I don't know how you have fun at a funeral, but celebrate. Don't just celebrate my life, celebrate everybody's life involved. Those attending the funeral, my life, my family's life, my friends and neighbors' lives, the people here in town. I actually had to call the police today. I won't say about what or anything, but everybody in town knows me, which isn't a bad thing, eh? But anyway, so I've already stated in a... What? If you didn't hear my wife, she said you're supposed to weep over the born and rejoice over the dead, and I agree. Although you should rejoice about everything. But anyway, now some people aren't going to like some of the things I say, and if you don't, that's just too bad. This is my preference, and I would hope people would respect my preferences. I want to build my own coffin. I don't have the money right now to go buy the lumber, but I have searched online. It wouldn't be difficult to build a simple pine coffin. I want to build my own coffin. People do it, hon. People do it. And where we live, I know it'd be like really weird. Somebody walks into the basement and sees a coffin sitting there, like, what the hell is that there for? Is there somebody in it? I was actually watching a video of an abandoned chest hospital. They don't call them that anymore. I don't know if they even have TB hospitals anymore. But there was a partial body in it. Ugh. And they were picking it up and handling it. Ugh. But anyway, I want to build my own coffin. It's going to be made out of pine. I'm not going to spend money on... Look, it's a wooden box containing my body in the ground. It's just going to rot. So why spend a bunch of money on some fan? Now, if it was Lisa, If it was Carolyn, then I would personally spend the money on a nice coffin for them. But I'm not talking about their burial. I'm talking about mine. I want a simple wooden pine box. To say a wooden pine box is kind of redundant, isn't it? Because pine is wood, but wood could be anything. Because there's all types of wood. Anyway, I want to be buried in my kilt. I want to be buried with my moccasins, the ones I made. If you can't find my moccasins, then I want my ghillie brogues to be used. You don't have to put my kilt on.
I'm watching the show's coming up on 911.
Yeah.
This thing blew up in this pothole thing that just hit a man's arm with just blew.
Anyway, I want my kilt. You don't have to pleat my kilt in the back. I'm dead. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Oh my God.
And there are pictures that I have of how I wear my kilt. It's kind of rough, traditional. My kilt is not pleated. I have to pleat it each time I put it on. I want me and Lisa buried next to each other. I don't know how we're going to manage that, but I want us buried next to each other. I want Carolyn's urn under my left arm. I know you all don't want to see my chest. Well, maybe some of you do. But you don't have a choice right now because I've been cleaning stuff out, been going through some boxes, sorting stuff out. And so I kind of got stuff everywhere right now, and I can't get the camera the way I want it. So, ever since the surgery, I've had this problem with swallowing. And at this point, for the last, it's not getting this particular portion of this aspect of swallowing is not getting better, and I don't like that. But anyway, it could be all sorts of reasons for that. Anyway, I want to be buried in my kilt. It doesn't have to be pleated in the back. My buckle for my kilt belt is broken, but it's not like I'm going to get up out of my coffin and start walking around. So you can glue the buckle to the belt for all I care. I mean, it doesn't matter. I want my glasses, and Carolyn's glasses are in the living room next to her urn, sitting next to her. And I don't know what Lisa wants, but if she wants what I want, then I want my glasses donated to the Lions Club, I believe, so that somebody who needs it, can have it. I want my kilt shirt on. Now this aspect, this part of what I want, some people are not going to like. You're not even going to want to hear it. But this is what I want, and I would appreciate people respect my wishes. I want a cloth nappy put on under my kilt.
What?
A cloth diaper. A cloth nappy, cloth diaper put on under my kilt. Put on me under my kilt. And for those who know me well enough, you know why. Now, from the health or medical perspective, I've done okay the last few days, which is good. But anyway, I want the brooch, the pin that holds the kilt onto the shirt. I want it on the left side. Carolyn will be under my left arm, but I want her over. I don't want anything covering her. Who did that? I don't want anything covering her. I want my arm wrapped around her. I'm not really into jewelry or anything like that, but I do have a set of dog tags that I would like put around my neck. It has my name on it. My headstone, which I would like, I don't know how you're going to get 3 people's names on a headstone. That might be difficult. I don't know how we're going to do that one. Although I guess you can have 2 or 3 headstones. I mean, if Lisa's next to me, then she can have a headstone. Her own headstone. But I want, since me and Carolyn are going to be buried in the same coffin, I want one headstone for us. Now, on my headstone, I want my name as Seamus O'Connor. Okay? Underneath that, in smaller type, I would like my legal name James Connor in parentheses, because I do not use that name. Okay, the traditional name in the family before they left Ireland was Seamus O'Connor for men. Was Seamus O'Connor. I don't know what the traditional name, if there was a traditional name for women in the family, was. When the family left Ireland, and they left because they needed work, they moved to a country whose name I will not mention. They dropped the O from the last name, and they changed the first name from the Irish form of the name to the English form of the name. And I don't like that, but I understand why they did that. When they moved to Canada, I don't know why they didn't just start changing. Well, I get, Canada. They moved to English Canada, not French Canada. So anyway, so I guess I still understand. This is a World War I monument in Germany that survived World War II. So, also, when it comes, Lucky, is it time to go out? Lucky, hold on, I'm going to put this on pause. Okay, I'm back. So, now when it comes to putting my legal name underneath my real name, you don't have to put James on there. I mean, it would be nice, but you don't have to, because I don't use it. Nobody knows me by it. And I don't care for it. I don't like it. I don't want it. But I do want, when it comes to my dates of birth and death, I do want my hometown, Cadiz. I wanted to, Cadiz, España, and I would prefer that it be written Cadiz, España, and not Cadiz, Spain, because it's Cadiz, España. Under that, hopefully I will be living here in Troy. I don't care if I die somewhere else. That doesn't matter, as long as this is still my home, because let me tell you something, I love this town. What can I say? I love this town. This is my adopted hometown. It's not my hometown, but it is my adopted hometown. And I've never lived any place as great as this. I've lived in some good places with some great folks, but never like this town. And anyway, so I want Troy, New Hampshire underneath my death date. I don't have one handy, but when people come to see me, I want them to bring glass marbles and just leave a glass marble. I actually saw that on an abandoned a video on I like urban exploration, urbex. I used to do it in San Antonio. I did it in Waco as well. I haven't done it up here though. Well, I have. Carolyn liked going to Aldi, and at the time the only Aldi's was on the other side of Vermont, so we drove all the way over there.
What is it?
Aldi,
Yeah.
the one in
Oh,
Keene.
that?
What?
No, I'm talking about the one that sells other stuff, like lawn and stuff.
Oh, I don't know that one. Aldi's, the grocery store. Yeah, they have other stuff there too.
Well, there's another store called something different.
Oh. So anyway, we drove all the way to the other side of Vermont just so we could go there. Now there's an Aldi's in Brattleboro, there's an Aldi's in Keene. I had never even heard of Aldi's before I met her. But so, I mean, she liked going there, so we went. And we went, once they opened the one in Brattleboro, we started going there because that's closer. The nice thing about New Hampshire, though, is we don't have a general sales tax. So now we have an Aldi in Keene, and we don't have to pay sales tax. We do have to pay a tax on hot food and beverages, but that's like restaurants. Anyway, so also, I would like my sword and my flintlock rifle buried with me.
Oh, you gotta write all this down.
I know. And although I guess I'm kind of getting into like the what the archaeologists deal with. You go up, they dig up a grave from 10,000 years ago, and they find the person is buried with a sword and stuff like that. I would like to get was it a torque with a wolf head on it, because I love wolves. That or a dragon head, and be buried with that. But I probably won't do that. I mean, that's not an expense that would be irresponsible spending right now to buy something like that. But I want my tam on my head, and I don't have a lock of Lisa's hair on it, but I'll probably do that eventually. I do have a lock of Carolyn's hair on the tam, and I sewed it on with deer sinew. Now here we get into something that a lot of people probably are like, why would you do that? I want a glass vial, depending on how much, the size of it will depend on how much will go in there. I want toenail and or preferably both fingernail clippings put in there, some plucked hairs put in there. And hold on, hon. And I guess that's it. I want a cork stopper in it, and then that's sealed with wax, with actual beeswax. And they just put that somewhere in the coffin. Maybe put it in my what do you call that little bag? Little bag you wear on the front of your kilt. Now I can't remember the name of it, but maybe put it in there. Wherever you can put it, wherever. It doesn't really matter, but you can just stick it in Carolyn's urn. That way we would be in the same urn together. But I guess that's about it. I don't really know what else to say about my funeral, but I do want to reiterate that I don't want people to be sad. I want you to celebrate what I've lived, what I've experienced, the people I've known, the people I've met, places I've been. Don't be sad. I've had a good life. I've been through good, I've been through bad, and the good always wins out. So See, I can feel when I just swallow my saliva. I can feel it. It's like right there. But I may at one point write a little autobiography. I've been wanting to do that for many years, and if I do that, then maybe a copy of it should be put into a wooden box. I know putting it into a wooden box, I mean, wood is going to deteriorate, paper is going to deteriorate, but I would prefer vellum or a rag paper be used for that copy. And I guess that's really it. I haven't got one of these for Lisa because the store we got these from is closed, but that's not what I wanted to show you. That's a moose, if you can't tell. I have to get one for Lisa, but I want, if my wedding ring isn't on my finger, I want it put into this box, and Carolyn's wedding ring in her box. Whoops, because she has a box too, and I don't know, those could be put into her urn. But I guess that's all I really have to say about my funeral. But don't be sad. Maybe that night, you know what Chinese lanterns are? I want everybody involved. And when I pass away, there are probably going to be people in my family that have already passed away. And there are people that have passed away. So for my mother, and for people who won't be there, my mother, my sister, Cooper, Tom, my first wife's brother, my uncle, my auntie, my other aunties in Canada. I will also want people to light the candles and send up the Chinese lanterns for them, since they won't be able to be there. So like person A, who's at my funeral, would send up a lantern for themselves, but then that person might also send off one or more additional Chinese lanterns. And I just want you to enjoy the light traveling through the night sky. Just enjoy yourself. Geez, if you want to buy a can of silly string and spray it on my headstone, have fun. It's a celebration of life, not mourning death. So, and one thing, do not put this on my face. This is body paint. It's for my reenacting, my French and Indian War reenacting. I wear this. Although if you eat asparagus, your face will turn green. That's, if you've not seen the video where the asparagus video, this is what I use to turn my face green. So I guess that's all I have to say. And this should not be viewed as a morbid video, but as a celebration of everybody's life.